Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I have a video for you about probability, but it's probably not the video that you're expecting. Before I jump too far into the topic, I'd like to say that this is probably the best gameplay that I have ever gotten in Call of Duty Ghosts. I'm going to kill people so fast and do stuff so crazy that you're not even going to be able to see it properly at 30 FPS. I wish I'd captured in 60. In about 30 to 45 seconds here, I'm going to capture their spawn, I'm going to kit up to about 8 kills, and I'm going to have full streaks on this enemy team in no time. All this, mind you, with Akimbo P226 is very, very good gameplay. I was very happy with it, and we did some serious work on this team. However, I know that this kind of gameplay is not very probable. No matter how hard I try, no matter how much effort I put into it, this isn't going to happen every single time. This isn't a replicable game, but that doesn't stop me from going for it. What you're not seeing is about the 3 or 4 games where I didn't get triple kills with my Trinity rocket there. You're not seeing the games that I went 15 and 20, or the game where I went 16 and 35 because they just camped and I couldn't out Akimbo pistol them. But what you are seeing right now is one of the most successful games of Call of Duty Ghosts I've ever played, and this carries over to real life too, and it all has to do with probabilities. I'm not going to bog you down with numbers. Actually, I'm going to go against the grain of myself for this video. I have a very probabilistic way of thinking. When I look at a problem, I just immediately guess what are the odds of me solving it. When I look at a business, a movie, there's just odds of this, probability of that, percentage of this. My brain works in fractions and percentages and probabilities and things like this because it's how I've been trained to. However, it's not necessarily the most successful way for us to think, because if you think this way, you're going to come to the conclusion that you're most likely going to fail at everything you do, because if you look at, overall failure and success rates, they're a little bit more skewed to failure. And even if we know that we're going to fail something, we're going to try it anyway, and we're going to try it again and again and again because we're human beings and that's our nature and that's what we do. We're very hard-headed, stubborn, yet sometimes creative and complex creatures, and I've always heard that the definition of madness is doing the same thing twice yet expecting different results, and I always found this definition to be somewhat off-putting, to be somewhat degrading, or to kind of grind somebody into the ground, because if you're doing the same thing, you shouldn't be doing the exact same thing over and over then. Maybe you have this idea, this hunch, this goal, and every single time you fail, what you ideally would be doing is changing your plan, is working on it a little bit, doing something just a little bit different every single time, trying to buck the odds, trying to go against the grain and be successful in whatever it is that you're doing. Again, I do believe that it holds true if you do the exact same thing over and over again. That's just kind of bad. But every single time I do something and I fail, I get better and I improve. Game to game, day to day, anything I'm doing. The skills that I'm displaying here with the Akimbo pistols are not ones that I got immediately. I didn't just hutch them and by the grace of God and Zeus threw down a lightning bolt and hit me and infused me with pistol skills. I had to work on this. I had to learn on this. I had to improve across multiple Call of Duty games to be able to play in such a manner that I don't have any range or ability to control where my shots are going to an extent. And that's kind of where this commentary is going, is I want to encourage you to kind of buck the grain, to go against what you should be doing and do what you want to do, but do it damned well. In our modern world, again, we get bogged down by probabilities. We just get told this over and over again in the news that 50% of marriages end in failure. Well, that might be true that 50% of all marriages end in failure, but there's a million different things about your marriage and your relationship that aren't necessarily the same as the general public. Or here's a fun one. Let's say 50% of marriages end in failure, but that doesn't count second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth marriages. It's like 70% of first-time marriages are successful, but that other 30% are going to fail over and over and over and over again and bog the rest of us down. Or that 90% of new businesses fail. While that might be true, new businesses that have a business plan, or new businesses that have proper financing, or new business that have thought ahead and planned ahead and have, some sort of exit strategy and stuff, those don't fail. Those actually do pretty well, or at least they go according to plan. Or only a tiny percent of us will ever graduate college. Yeah, that might be true, but the tiny percent of us that graduate college are ones that have earned it, or it's maybe just the fact that not everybody can graduate college. If we all had college degrees, how useful would a college degree be? It would be absolutely useless, and not every single person is made for college. Some people are made for different things. That doesn't mean that it has to be bad, just not everybody's a book person. They're very hands-on, very practical, that sort of stuff. My dog just whined for some reason. That was a little bit weird. But hearing all this over and over and over again is downtrodden and depressing. It just seems like the news only tells me what I can't do. The news is only limiting me, telling me that I shouldn't do this. If I watch Call of Duty news and pro players and tips and guide videos, I would know that right now I should be using a Remington or maybe an AK or running around with the Ripper that some people consider overpowered and using MTARs with silencers and stuff like that. Yet I'm doing just as good, if not better, than I would be with those weapons using Akimbo pistols because I'm damned good with Akimbo pistols. No, I failed before, but because I am literally forcing probability to bend to my will because I have the desire and the heart to make this work, and I'm going to keep on working at it until something works. And that's a secret that athletes know, that entrepreneurs know, that any sort of maverick knows, that you can't buck the odds without the audacity to challenge the very nature of probability itself. These athletes that have amazing games, that go off really hard, they know that no matter how hard they play, they actually can't have a hot streak. They can't buck the averages, or maybe, maybe they don't know this. Maybe they're not mathematicians, but that doesn't stop them from trying, for reaching out, wanting to achieve something more, something that shouldn't even be possible, and they're going to fail over and over again. Just think of like an NBA game. How many crazy shots you see people take, how many moves where they try to do something creative and get the ball stolen, how many times they flop again and again and again, or just soccer World Cups going on, or football, not American football. They go for these crazy plays and they don't work, yet the ones that really stand out in your head are the athletes that reached for the stars, that tried the impossible, and just barely by the hair on their chinny chin, they made it work. And that's kind of what you need to do if your personal life, you want to be successful. If you are told that you can't do something, you're just not really digging in hard enough. What you need to do is stand tall before all the things that can go wrong. You're just going to have to stare them down, look at them, look around you. You're going to have to see your failures, other people's failures, your weaknesses, their weaknesses, all of our collective weaknesses, and you're going to have to look out at the universe. You're going to have to realize your odds and know what should be coming to you, but only answer with, "I'm ready." Or you could also answer with, "I've got something new for you." Maybe you'll get swept off your feet. Maybe you'll get blown away. You'll lose your ass and everything in between. Or maybe you'll sweep the world off its feet. Maybe you'll show them something they've never seen before. Maybe you'll be that guy that's part of a legend, a part of, "I can't believe that happened, that this person was able to do that." And it's an inspirational, motivational kind of commentary, but that's what a lot of us need in our lives. We need an impossible goal to reach for. World peace, world hunger. I want to be able to never miss a single shot in basketball. I want to be able to do just something intangible, ridiculous goal, and even in the struggle of trying to achieve that, you'll do great things. I promise it'll improve your personal life, mental, physical, spiritual health, whatever in the world it is. When you say, I'm kind of confused that guy for a bad guy there, but it's a lofty goal worth reaching out for. And I'm going against myself. I think in probabilities because I'm trained to, but I know that I will never have great success if I don't throw that in the garbage and go for something, just a wild gamble, a crazy bet, an impossible goal, something to where I should totally lose my ass. But one of these days it's going to work out, and I'm going to hit big, and everything's going to be good and grand and gravy. And that's what we all need to be willing to do. Be willing to gamble, be willing to risk, being able to understand your failure and improve yourself so that the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, or 11th, or 12th, or even 13th, because it's lucky that time around, it'll go better. I hope you enjoyed something from this commentary. I hope you learned something useful. I hope you try something crazy today. I really do. Not too crazy, not damaging, but crazy in a good kind of way. I hope you enjoy my Akimbo pistol gameplay. I finished the commentary a little bit earlier than I thought I would, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my voice and go back to the gameplay, and you're going to get to see me drop a 40 bomb with 10 caps just with Akimbo pistols. Drifter out.
We're winning this fight. Losing C. Enemy has A. We lost C. Losing Bravo. Losing Charlie. We lost C. Securing Charlie. Charlie secure. Losing C. We lost Charlie. Enemy has Charlie. Cover me, I'm reloading. Alpha secure. secure. Losing Alpha. Securing C. Losing A. We lost Alpha. A secure. Losing B. Mission accomplished. A good day's work.